Judgments and expectations, they're not usually thought of as thought in the moment. They kind of look like reality. And the place I see them with my clients is a lot of self-judgment, a lot of self-criticalness, a lot of expectations like I should be doing better than I'm doing. I should be more patient. I should be more loving. I should be more giving. And it's a mixture of, whether you label it judgment or you label it expectation. What I find is helpful for people is not that they should change their expectations or their judgments, although, if they were to drop them, it probably would be helpful. But the point is that we feel our expectations and our judgments because we're living in the feeling of our thinking. And if expectation's coming through, I get to feel expectation. And if judgment is coming through, I get to feel judgment. And if I don't know that they're thought, then it's going to look to me like it's true. So when I think to myself, oh, but I should be better than I am, I should be a better mother, I should be more giving and more supportive as a spouse, that's not going to look to me like a thought. That's going to look to me like a reality. And when that looks like a reality, I get really insecure. And when we get insecure, our behaviors end up being really undesirable. The key is when I insightfully see that I created the experience of insecurity via some thought that I just decided was true. I really should be a better mom. Well, kind of who said? Now, I know most people would get reactive to that, like, who said? Well, did you see me yelling at my kids? Did you see me having a fight with my husband? Like, of course. But the truth is that when I see that I am doing the best I can, given the thinking and level of awareness I have in the moment, and I'm more forgiving of myself, chances are my resilience will kick in. I'll have the ability to bounce back and get over myself and get over the situation. And usually when that happens, clarity comes in about how to clean it up. Like my behaviors can sometimes not look so great, but the beauty is that I have the ability to always clean it up, to clean up my messes, to apologize. When my mind settles down and I'm not filled with judgment and I'm not filled with beating myself up for how I didn't do it so well, when that all settles down, it kind of occurs to me like, oh, maybe I want to apologize for the way I was reacting because I just didn't know. I thought it was you, or I thought it was me, rather than I thought it was the truth, rather than a thought-created construct that I just decided I'm supposed to be here and I'm really over here. Well, I have a colleague who says the definition of suffering is wanting to be someplace I'm not. It's just that simple. I should be here and I'm here. And I create a real intense distress by the fact that I made up that that's true. Because in reality, if you were meant to be here, there's a God, there's a source that's funneling through us. If I was meant to be here, if there was something else I needed to know in this moment, I'd know it. So if I don't know it, which means if I don't have clarity, if I get confused and I'm having an expectation that I should have clarity and I shouldn't be confused, then I'm creating this space and wondering why I feel distress. Well, it's really very simple. Expectations and judgments are thought in another form, and they can show up in a lot of different ways. But when we sort of are willing to see them for what they are, which is just a thought-created experience, I can feel judgment and I can feel expectation and I can let it go. I can let it flow. And when it does, some other experience will show up.